Today I'm going to show you how to make a magic circle. Give yourself a good tail. Wrap it around your finger twice. And form a loop with that. Put your hook into that loop. Grab that tense one coming off your finger. Pull it up through the loop. Grab that one coming off your finger again. And you have your circle. You're going to work your stitches over these two. Because when you're done, you'll be able to pull the tail and tighten that loop right up. Now loosen it again. We need space in the circle to work our stitches. I'm holding that with this finger, and I'm holding my working yarn with my other fingers back here. I just have it between these two just to guide it. So you're gonna take your hook, stick it inside the loop, grab your working yarn, and you have your familiar 2 loops on your hook. Grab that working yarn, pull through those 2 loops. You just made a single crochet in your magic circle. Now for this example, I'm going to make 6 of them. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm just going to pull my hook out here so I can count the stitches I made. The one my loop is still sticking out of, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now before I pull it tight, I'm going to put my hook back in here so that I don't pull that loop out and pull out any stitches. So I have this loop here that needs to come closed, and we're going to pull the tail to close it. When I pull on this tail, I'm holding this because, sorry you can't see it, but I showed you earlier. Pull on this tail and it's going to cause that center loop to close. So we're going to make a stitch into the first stitch in the circle. Slip stitch into the first stitch. So I'm going to go under both. Pull it through that first stitch and then pull it through the one that was on your hook. So now I have that tail that I pulled tight, and you want to give that a good pull, and you have your completed circle. So in that first stitch, I know the stitch marker makes it a little difficult. You can do your first stitch before you put that in. Put your hook into that same stitch, that first one, pull up a loop, make a single crochet. We're going to put 2 in the same hole. So this is my next, you're looking for the next stitch. You see this V here, that's my next stitch. I want to go under those 2 loops. Pull up a loop. I got 2 on my hook. I'm gonna yarn over and pull through. That's 1 single crochet, and now you see that hole I just went into. I'm gonna go in that again. Pull up a loop, yarn over and pull that through. That's 2 in that hole. I'm going to increase on every stitch this round. That's 1. I'm going to put a second one in that hole. That's 1. Two. Pull it up. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'm going to connect this to that first stitch. So stick your hook under the 2 loops from the first stitch we did that we took the marker out of. Pull it through so you have the 2 loops on there, and then just pull it under that one that was on your hook originally. Should be a perfectly round circle. Chain 1. So the first stitch, we're going to go in this hole under this first stitch here. Pull up a loop. We're going to be doing an increase in this first one. Okay, now I just made the first 2 stitches of this row. I'm going to mark that first one. So just a single crochet by itself. And then increase. And then our next hole, we're just doing 1. And then the next one will be an increase. And then 1. And then 2. And then 1. And then 2. And then 1. And then 2. And then 1. Okay. And you want to get in the habit of going back and counting your stitches each row. So if we had 6, 12, 18. So this one should have 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and our stitch marker is on 18.